hard thing, hard subject. Here I go again. Hard subject to talk about. But most of this stuff that I talk about, I don't get it out of a book. I get it from praying and asking God to help me. I'm always seeking and I'm always examining myself. When I talk about examining myself, I be checking how I feel about a lot of different things. I use it as a guide. That checking examining myself, I use it as a guide. Been a long time since I put one on, but I was confused also about a lot of different stuff. Plus, I was listening to that election, and I was so confused about who was the best candidate. And I just couldn't say who it was. But I'm not here to talk about that now. I'm here to talk about right and wrong, good and bad, positive and negative, and God represent the good and the devil represent the bad. It's been a while since I talked because like I pray and pray and look like I didn't have the courage or the strength to try to talk about this subject that I'm talking about now. I feel that all mankind got to come together. All religions have to come together. This thing that I'm talking about today, I don't have a piece of paper written down, so I have to let God put the thoughts in me about it. And now that I'm getting older, like that's all I can do is wait on God. And I feel like some of the troubles that we are going through in life seems to point towards the end is coming. And in this, I want to talk a little about the thing that we have to fight. The thing that we have to fight is the devil. Okay, let's talk a little about him and how we fight. That part about examining yourself is one of the main things that you have to do in fighting. I also feel that this is our eternity. Now, I understand about Jesus, but after we get a little bit deeper in it, maybe it'll show you that I believe in Jesus just as much as anybody. Jesus is the main focus of my life. And God, and I appreciate God giving his only son to die for us. But I also feel that we have to join the two Old Testament and New Testament to get a clear view of God. I don't think we got the clear view of God. I think that's why we study churches are full of fear, and we still got them think it's all right to do a little bit of wrong here and a little bit of wrong there, and they still go to heaven. And some of the things that we doing the wrong with, God destroyed cities, Sodom and Gomorrah cities, killed everybody. Everybody. Didn't save but 8 people, all them billions and billions of people. And now, if you follow some of the things in this new knowledge that God coming with fire, and there's going to only be a few people saved. A wanderer here and there. I think that's how they say it. So I'm going to tell you what I think the main focus of going to heaven, regardless of what religion. If you treat people how you want to be treated, I don't care what religion it is, it's still going to get you to God. Now me, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I'm a Christian, and and I believe in God. So I have no trouble with understanding about treating people how I want to be treated. Catholics and the Jews and any other race of people, however they believe, long as they have this universal religion about treat people just how you want to be treated, I have no problem with it. Muslim, none of it. I have no problem with it. I know I'm kind of wandering here and there, but a lot of times I be waiting for this stuff to come. I don't have nothing to read by what they call a prompter or something, so I rely on God to bring me the stuff that He want me to talk about. And I felt like He wanted me to talk today about the ways that the devil fight. One of the clear ways that wrongness come in our lives, even when we are kids, we don't know the way, and we look for guidance from people above us. But if the people above us don't have the right kind of guidance, a lot of things happen to us as we growing up that really we not responsible for. And one of the main things how the devil fight us is something that Jesus told us a long time ago when in that story about the devil took him up on the mountaintop and he offered him the whole world. I'll give you beautiful women. I'll give you anything of the world that you want. Now, remember what he's doing. He's fixing it. So once we lust at the things of the world, he's fixing it so he can come into our life and bring anything in it, all the rest of those demons that was cast out of heaven. Any one of them he can bring. I don't know how many people that he can bring, but I know he can bring them. So when we take in the stuff of the world, sometimes sit down and look and examine yourself. And the feelings that you feel from the outside in, okay? What you mean feelings from the outside in? Okay? That car coming from the outside, oh, I love that car, and you lust at that car. Oh, I can't live without this here type food. Oh, I gotta have this here. There's so many things out there that you can get caught up on when you bring your emotions from the outside in, and it robs you of your eternity. Now, this what I feel. I feel your eternity is based on your emotions, how you feel about the different situations for us right and wrong. And the sooner you can teach your kids about emotions, I'm not talking about all the school stuff and nothing else. The sooner you can teach your kids about emotions, the better off they be. Because then they'll know about emotions than a kid. Once a kid know about emotions, he'll know what he feel and what he shouldn't feel. Okay? You hear me say the emotions from the outside in. The ones that, when you bring one from the outside in, ooh, I like that, because here come that emotion, hit your heart with a feeling. So, boom, y'all. Okay? And then there you go. Now, you don't know that you bringing the emotion from the outside in. I know I did. All my life, I never knew about emotions. I was a grown man, super, super grown, never had the college education to get some of them great philosophy books and things, but I found out, Jesus Christ, half of the people that's supposed to teach this kind of stuff, they always fall trapped to another part of it. But when I did learn, an old man learned about this kind of stuff, I started watching how I feel about different stuff. Okay? I learned that everything, the greed and all the bad things that cause you to not accept people, want to be greater than you, want to be God, comes from the outside in. Okay, and then after a while, God come to me and led me to believe in religion, Christianity. Okay, when I began to believe in Christianity, I started feeling those feelings from Christianity. And then I noticed all those feelings came from the inside out. Charity, hope, all God feelings come from the inside out. And you can easily check and see the feelings that come from the outside in. And you can easily see how your heart can get covered up. And you can easily see how the devil hides himself when he start having you do the bad things. All the things he deal with come from the outside in, the murder, the thievery, the killing, anything that come from the outside in, mostly is the devil getting you to be wrong. And then he be unwrap your whole heart again around stuff from the outside in. And then in your everyday life, the rent, the car, the this, and he just leads you your whole life. He did me like that. But after I start, like I think Paul said that, examine yourself daily. And then I started watching that almost all the things that I was feeling was from the outside in. And then I started concentrating because it's hard. Once he start covering your heart from the outside in, it's hard to bring those feelings from the inside out. That's that charity, that's that seeing that poor man and helping him. That's that not going along with deporting all the Spanish people. That's that feeling you bring from the inside, not being so mad at all the Muslims. Because every race is just like us, we can't see. And the biggest thing that we have to do, we have to be able to see. Our whole eternity is based own emotions and feelings. Now, when I say, I know some people will object, oh, you got to be Jesus. You got to feel Jesus. You got to feel Jesus. I ain't talking about sitting in the church screaming hard. I have music, almost like jump music, have you feeling and jumping all over the church. I'm talking about you got to get calm. Sit down and ask yourself, Jesus died for me. And you have to feel it. And if you can't feel it, that means you ain't in touch with the inside. Jesus died for my sin. If you can't feel it, you're going to lose. God gave his only son, and we all have sons. And we see how that feels. I had one die not about a year ago, year and a half. And they told me my son had died. Me and my wife both fell all the way back in the house. You have to feel it. But not for, because you have to feel it for God. Because he gave his only son. If you can't feel it, ain't no use you coming in his face. Because he going to search the realms of the heart. Now, listen to me. This is about your eternity. This ain't about, okay, I'm going to die and I'm going to get up and walk away in 10 or 20 years. This is about how you going to live to eternity. Eternity, never, never, never get out. Oh, you see how these little feelings here on the face of the earth. You feel these feelings, and then 2 or 3, they gone. This is about your eternity. And it is. Jesus got the key to the gate. Now, I don't know how other religions, because I'm not no philosopher, I'm a GED educated person, but I know God still loves everybody. I know he loved the Muslim, he loves everybody else just like he loved us. And I'm almost positive that he got a way for them too, if they heeded. But I think they just like us. We couldn't see. We couldn't see. I didn't realize about the devil was coming here, blocking our emotions from the inside out. I didn't. My whole life was about emotions from the outside in. I try to stress about eternity, because God, he coming in these last days, and I believe we are in them. And I wouldn't want nobody to get caught out there if this is true. Now, to me, I believe everything that I'm talking about. And I believe that people gonna have to get their heart right. It ain't no better way than start breaking that wall down. Now, I done got my life. I don't care about no car, no house, no nothing. You see how I walk around here in a pair of jeans, tennis shoes, and hat. Did it for 20-something years. God must have always knew that I'd be sitting here talking like this. This how Jesus and them did. This how the prophets and them did. This how everybody did. They wasn't worried about $500 suits. They wasn't worried about $300. They wasn't worried about their appearance, how other people look at them. Now I got myself where I'm separate from the world. Don't care nothing about it. And I got myself where I done started pushing all my feelings from the inside out. Stuff coming from the outside in, I don't want to see it. Because I see how the devil do people. The devil rob you of your eternity. And I see why God says so simple, a child can do it. If you teach that child, but if you don't teach that child will be just like me and just like half of the people on the face of the earth do not know the way. You go sit up in the churches and everything, they do not know the way. And it's so simple. Caring about people. Caring about people. You have to care. Let's talk about a few of the emotions that you have to try to get out. That's kind of easy to slip out past that barrage of demons sitting out there trying to watch everything, and they do watch everything you do. Because when you start trying to do for God, they be the hardest thing to fight. The demons come from everywhere. That's why Paul said, I'm ready to go. But one thing about it, that you sure you give your life for God. You gain your life. Eternity. Eternity. When you trying to learn this type stuff, especially, well, let me go back. In my mind, I look at it like the devil don't want this kind of understanding to get out to people about being aware of him blocking and being aware of trying to bring those emotions from the inside out. Okay, let's go back to bringing a few emotions that's kind of easy from the inside out so you can recognize it. When you see that poor man down there, and then you say, dog, I ain't got but a few dollars. Dang. Then you say, oh, I'm going to stop and give it to him anyway. That's charity. And that's help. That's from the inside out. And that's how we have to have charity. We have to have charity. God got a lot of emotions. I'm not going to talk about all of them that come from the inside out. But that's one of the best ones that can start you recognizing about the emotions from the inside out. Caring about people. I like charity so much because that's all Jesus did for us. That's what God did for us. He cared about us so he gave his only son to die for us. And when you don't want to do it, that's the time you have to do it to feel it. And if you ever do it and you have this kind of understanding about emotions, you'll be on your way. And then this whole existence set up. So those kind of feelings will start coming to you. And before you know it, you done felt all the feelings from the inside out. Feeling for the people that, you even feel for the people that you see going to hell. And I can't see that many. They too busy got the whole world in slavery. But you have to remember that part. God killed everybody. God told Abraham, go in there and kill up everybody in the whole town. And you, people, God loves us. That's why he gave his only son. But God, certain things, liars and all this kind of stuff, God don't want them in his face. He be trying so hard and giving all his love to us. And we just go right out, do dirty and nasty, sneak out on our wives sneak out on your husband. Oh, pity and nickel and dime emotions, that rob you of your whole eternity and don't last 50, boom, 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 boom. Don't last 15, 20 minutes unless you're in a lot of other dirty, nasty stuff. And you have to be real careful about all the more dirty, nasty stuff when you don't know nothing about emotion. To be honest with you, that sex thing is really treacherous. You got the people doing all kinds of different things, don't know they spurring feelings that they shouldn't even have. They should keep God in their heart and have the sex. Just like man did, just like Mary did when Jesus was born. You got the guys turning into women, and you got the women turning into men. we try to look over that part. God don't look over nothing. He don't. He set a way for us to be, and that's how we supposed to be. And he made us in his image. And why not be just like what God said us to be? I know when the devil, I know the whole purpose of the devil trying to catch you before you get any kind of understanding about emotions. And so you ain't aware. And so then he got you covered, and then he started feeding all kind of other sexual things in you. And the thing that make you feel good, you always run to them. But how can you tell people about that? Because that's their whole life. And especially the people with the money. God won't settle down. That's right, us. We won't settle down and run that sex ain't right for nothing in the world. That's why you got the men liking the men and the women liking the women. And you got everything that God's against. Everything that God's against. That's why you have to, even the first thing I see they try to teach the kids the ABC, they should be teaching them about emotions. I see some of the small stuff they done started trying to teach them about it, but they gotta go real strong on the emotions. You feel like this, you feel like this, and then you gotta tap into with the people, with the kids, and bring them up like that. Then they'll have their own defense against that demon, the devil. But trying to get this kind of understanding in the people, I don't know where to start. I'm not an educated person. Super educated. I'm not like that. But I see the problem with all of us being taken up with God. None of us are there. And then I got people around, oh, they go a homosexual. That man, he ain't nothing but a fag. And he pointed his hand, and he is the fag. If he don't know nothing about emotions, he's the fag. Because ain't not one emotion on the face of the earth that one man feel that the next man can't. All of them. I ride down the road, I look at all of them as homosexuals. They don't know nothing about feeling. The man that know he can feel anything, any feeling his body put, and still be a man. I look at all of them like that. Then they gauge their eternity on that. But God tell you, who without sin cast the first stone? Oh, you ain't see nobody cast no stone. And this day eternity. Jesus. You go God and the devil. Devil come to God. Hey, God, where you been? Oh, I've been divine all your people. All of them ain't nothing. I've just been divine all of them. God. Have you tried my servant Job? Oh, I've been there too, but you got that thing around it. Okay, I'll lift that. He went there and killed Job's sons and everything like that. Okay, killed Job's daughters. The thing that means so much to a human being. Always put yourself in a person's place to see if you feel the same way, that way about your kids and about your daughter. Okay? Then he took all the material things from Job. And then God, he said, well, you lift that thing from around him, and I do this here. Okay, he lift whatever it was he was asking God to do. But we're going to get down to the important thing that he did. And he lifted that up off Job. I think he took his friend, and then he took his wife. Now these important things for man. Man loved their wife, their family, their children, their son. He took all that there and he cast that to the side. Okay? Then he come back to God. You let me touch his body and I get him to betray you. Now, when he said, let me touch his body, God said, okay, I'll let you touch his body, but I don't want, you cannot kill him. Okay? When he said, let him touch his body, you know what that meant? Ain't not one emotion on the face of the earth one man feel that the next one can't. And he went down there and he touched God, he touched Job with every emotion that there is. All these homosexuals, all these things going on, the drunk, the everything. He touched him with every emotion on the face of the earth. But did he win? No, sir. That's what we supposed to stand up like Job. You can feel anything on the face of the earth. That don't mean you have to be it. But you have to know about emotions, your feelings. You have to know. He blessed Job tenfold, gave him everything and more children, more sons, more everything. That's how God is. That's why it's so important to understand. Don't point your finger. Understand what Jesus said. Who without sin cast the first stone? This for your eternity. I know they say if you don't believe in God, you believing in Jesus. You believing in God. But this for your eternity. I'm going to tell you one other thing. One other thing about that. What I'm talking about. Look like to me, God came to us the first time in the Old Testament. And he showed us Melchizedek, Enoch, Elijah. All those people were just taken up. Elijah, Enoch, one of them, they loved God. They loved God. They loved God, so he was taken up. Love is one of the greatest feelings that come from the inside out. That's what fights for you. That's what makes it so hard for when you run across some old evil person trying to do harm to you. Love. Ain't love an emotion, a feeling? You have to understand that. Love is an emotion. God ain't never gave up on us. We just have to get right. He'll save all of us. Ain't nothing to blink about. God will save all of us. In this little short period of time that we live, we are stupid. And he's talking about eternity. I done lived, what, 67 years? Look like I was young just as they running around here talking about I can whoop the whole world. Look at it now. Short period of time. Short period of time. I need to get into that mind. That mind is one of the treacherous things in the world. Look like that's when the devil, once he get control of you, from when you done put all these, making you want all these things. I don't know how many demons he have in your mind. That whole thing, they'll do you like that for 30, 40, 50 years. Your whole life be patterned out. And you don't never want to be that. And that mind is one of the most treacherous things in the world. Okay, they said the same thing about the heart. But remember this about the heart. The heart is something just like your fingerprint. You put there everything you feel right there on that heart. It's 1,000 times greater than that fingerprint. Everything you feel go right down in the book of life. And there go God said, I searched the rims of the heart so I could see whether you worthy to come and be with me. Oh, some people will tell you, oh, the heart is the most treacherous thing in the world. All the things that you lust for out here, when you lust for it, it comes down here and it stays on the rims of the heart. It stays there. The devil lives on the rims of the heart. God, tree of life and everything in the depth of the heart. And that's where you got to try to get down in the depth of your heart. But the feelings that you bring from the inside out come from the depth of the heart. Caring about people. Want everything to be good for people. Wishing that people don't have to struggle so hard. And wishing that people knew about feelings and everything so they can feel those feelings from the inside out. I tell you this, if you don't feel the feelings from the inside out, remember how Enoch, Elijah, one of them, they felt the love feeling, and God just took them up. Felt. That same feeling is here today. God loves us. I think that's why he got me out here talking like this. I did not want to come out here. I'm wondering what I'm going to say. God this, and then I get in there and lay down and pray, and the stuff be just piling up on me. Boom, 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 boom. And then I wake up to get a drink of water, or somebody bam on the door. All of it's gone. And then it come to me, somebody, you got to get out there and say this kind of stuff. And then it started flowing. This is eternity that I'm trying to share. And I think I see it. So simple. That's why he said it's so simple. A child, you could watch your emotions that come from the outside in. You can still have all of them. But when you begin to feel, oh, I'm better than that person. I hate that person. When you start feeling like that, those are the ones that you don't want to feel. But when you thought, oh, my neighbor might need this, I can do this here for a person. And not trying to go with the neighbor wife and stuff. Sometimes, he said, they're going to be just a few wanderers. And he said he's going to destroy this whole thing with fire. I'm 67 years old. It's time for me to die. I don't have no regret about dying. I ain't got no fear of dying. I just wish they'd come quicker, let me come in my sleep. I feel like I'm worthy because I'm trying with all my heart. I'm trying with all my heart. That's why he got me out here talking like this. In the blink of an eye, everything can be gone. I was in the military. I know what kind of weapons we got. Blink of an eye, everybody can be gone. In the way that people in and out this country, they can be planted anywhere. I'm just trying to say, try when you checking yourself daily, try to stay and live in your heart. I ain't gonna say it's easy, because some thoughts come to me through that treacherous mind. Some thoughts come to me, and that don't be nothing but the devil getting in you, causing you to think this way about a person, or think that way about a person. That ain't nothing but the devil. If it ain't goodness coming out, don't let it come out. Try not to feel it. If it ain't goodness coming out, try not to feel it. God is for us all. Well, then, let me see, can I do one other thing? Yeah, this is where it's coming back. Maybe not. Maybe not. When I say maybe not, it leaves, comes and it goes, comes and it goes. I didn't want to come out here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to come out here, but it brought me. I asked my daughter to bring that little camera and set it up. I don't know nothing about this new technology and stuff like that, but I do know this. If you don't feel it, you're gonna lose. Just like you feel. I'm gonna tell you an analogy. I'm gonna use this analogy that I always use when it comes concerning stuff like that. I used to be young. When I was young, I used to walk down the road and see a nice looking girl and look like the feeling run right to my heart. Boy, ooh, woo. That's what got me so tied up in the world my whole life. And now I'm telling you, if you can't feel that Jesus died for your sin and God gave his only son, if you can't feel it like that, don't stop till you can. And that's a guide for you right there. Whatever religion that people have, I ain't trying to take people's religion or nothing else. Whatever religion that they honestly feel gonna take them across, that's the way they have to feel. I believe that Jesus died for us, and I believe that God gave his only son. So I have to spend all my life feeling like that. Now, I can't feel that if I'm talking about going out there robbing a bank. I can't feel that if I'm going out there trying to mistreat somebody or overcharging people on their tree work. I can't feel nothing like that. But after you start seeking that type feeling, you'll find out the things that come from the outside in that you cherish blocks that pathway. That pathway is closed for you. And that soul go on to the depth of the heart and sit down there and just watch you destroy yourself. I'm gonna tell you something else. This new thing that the Russians talking about, the UFOs and all this kind of thing, remember that those demons that God cast down here and then come down and find out they were messing with the light-skinned women, God cast them in the darkness, and they've been ever trying to find a way to get back here. That's just it. They've been trying to find a way to get back here, so you can't be deceived. Well, maybe maybe they something else out there in this whole philosophy about religion and everything is false. And things might not be like they said. I tell you what, I'd rather die believing in my God. And if it turned out wrong, I would believe it, so what? And theirs turned right, so what? So I go with theirs. So theirs is true, so I be with theirs. I don't lose, but I love my God. My God, Jesus Christ died for my sin. I can feel it. I couldn't a while back. I couldn't feel nothing. I had separated myself from the world, but I hadn't spent time asking God to let me feel those feelings. Now I done start feeling them. All the things that used to bother me so, they don't bother me no more. And I'm gonna tell you something else I did. I started storing up my treasures in heaven. I know some people say, what's your treasures in heaven? Hey, my treasures in heaven, I don't have to breathe no more. I can go anywhere I want. Jesus said he's going to create a lot of kingdoms, and I don't die. I hear some people say, "Oh, this planet too cold. This planet so hot." Ain't no cold in my life no more. Ain't no heat in my life no more. Ain't no kind of discomfort. God said, I made y'all in my image. In my image. That's what the whole fight started by. They were jealous. That's what that devil, that whole thing come from that. I made y'all in my image. Everything is yours. Everything. I want to not to be able to never go hungry. Not to know aging, no nothing, no pain, no death. And after I start storing up my treasure, I know this just a passing through with life. Done been passing through, and the lifespan started getting shorter. But I see how this whole thing go. And then a lot of people, oh, there's a new way of thinking. There's a new way of thinking. They can think the way they want to. I'm always going to be with God. I'm always going to be with God. And I never, 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 never leave God. So people can do and think whatever they want.